Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a twofer. I'm trying to get ready get caught up and ready for a little surgical procedure tomorrow. And I have other than the one that Shannon and I are doing on for Challenge Accepted on Thursday, I had 2 of the 12 days of autumn Scraplifts that I hadn't done. And so I decided to make a kind of a 2-pager. It's going to be 2 companion pages. It's not really a continuous 2-page layout, but they will be using the same supplies. So I kind of looked at the 2 lifts. This one has a vertical piece and then another vertical piece with scripty writing. So I picked those out, and that kind of led to, I used those same papers for this up here, and I've got some of this black and white stripe. I think I have some black and white stripe over there. If I don't, I will cut or tear myself a piece. In any case, I'm going to be using black and white twine, where on this one, there are kind of circular pieces. I'm going to use the ends of tags. I have fussy cut some florals from a Vicky Bouton paper. I have some various tags and flare. Here, there's a big floral there for this piece right here. On this one, I'm going to do the pale green. That's the major piece on this page. Up at the top, I'm going to kind of sneak this. Maybe I'll use one here and one over here. And I've got the scripty piece down at the bottom. And I've got this piece that I thought I would overlay on top of it. I have some tags in the original. There are 2 photos and they're both on tags. I'm probably going to have 2 tags sticking up behind my one photo. Kind of do it like that. And then I'll put some twine on it. And then I've got these tags just for color. So I'm going to start working on this page first. And I will also tell you that I have die cut leaves out of this side, and it probably didn't matter there. And I have this strip of paper left. I also die cut some leaves out of this. So it picked up some of the colors over on that side. So I have those all kind of right there. I'm going to put them on the page that I'm not working on, because this one's going to have a lot of those leaves. And I've pulled out a set of sequins. It's called Scrappin' Happy, that has a lot of the same. It has that kind of aqua blue of this, and it has the accent kind of peachy pink that I'm also going to be using. So I'm going to kind of sit this a little bit to the side, but I'm going to still work on this kind of over top of it. And I think I'll be able to see. So I'm going to cover up the other design. I'm going to get my tape on here. I am really, really looking forward to when I have used up all my alternative adhesive and I can go back to my my tape gun. Let's see. And I know there are people who do this as the default, but I'm thinking they don't do videos. Well, or they speed up past it. And this adhesive sticks really well, so it's hard to undo anything once you've done it. And this one, in the original, it isn't, the top is torn, and I will fold that up, but the next layer is not torn, so I'm not going to tear it. I don't think this needs as much adhesive. I think by kind of doing my prep ahead of time, I'm probably going to be able to get all this done in a reasonable length video. I'll do that. You know, I'm going to pull this black and white back over because I want it entirely, and I've messed that up. Okay, so I want it separating these two on both sides. And where they come together is where the photo's going to go, so that will work. I need better fingernails if I'm going to continue using that glue. So this I will leave torn, and some of that will be, more of that will be exposed when I peel that back. Okay, this is really kind of a simple, but both of these are fairly simple designs, or you can make them so. You can make them such. Let me get this back. Kind of going this way. There. Okay. And this little bit of overlap doesn't matter because that's where the photo's going to go. But I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom down. And I think, let's see, the green striped paper and the blue are two sides of the same paper from Fernwood. And the scripty paper is from Arsenic and Lace, which is an old, like 10-year-old Halloween collection. And I forget who. I want to say Echo Park. Okay, let me do, and I'm kind of going to do this. I want this little flower to show down at this end. Actually, I want it to show over at this end because I'm going to have this big floral over here, and I don't want it to compete. So now, let me get this all the way. And the photos are both from the same night. We went out, originally headed to a restaurant that has traditionally offered free meals for veterans on Veterans Day. And it turned out that restaurant has recently closed down. So we decided to, we had waited for kids to get off, for Katie to get off work. And so we decided, so it was a little bit late. And so we decided to go someplace close to home. And this is a place called Marlowe's Tavern. And it has, we had a nice night. Barrett, I think, was still working. I'm still going to put these tags behind it. I'm going to go like this and this. And when I do things at angles like that, I like to staple. It's a fairly nice detail, and it also serves a purpose. I'm going to put some foam behind, and because I'm tired of fighting with that adhesive, I'll use some liquid to hold the foam on and to hold the page down. And so I'm going to do it like so. I'm going to actually center it because we have that cascade of leaves kind of coming down. Okay, there. And let me do quickly a couple of lengths of twine. I don't want it to lose contact there. I like the that extra layer of the black and white separating. If those colors hadn't been so similar, if I had used a more contrasting pair of papers. Oh, and this one is from, all of this is from my Scrap Backwards kit. This one is from that Summer's End collection that I used last month and that I've kind of brought back. Okay, now this is going to go down here, and I'm going to use some foam, and I may, it's going to go down to the very bottom of that. I think I don't need any foam for this. That's going to kind of stay up. I'm going to do a black and white flare kind of right there. And I will use there's the original has some word stickers down here. I'm not going to use those, but I thought when I originally put these tags in, I thought I might use them for that. I especially wanted to get this one in because it's kind of adding that color, but I really don't see it. I'm not seeing either one of these. I could use them, or at least this one for sure, kind of right there. Why don't I do that? I'll put that one away. Whoops. I have lost the flare I just had. I accidentally dropped it in the trash, which I keep very handy, and sometimes it turns out to be too handy. Okay, so I kind of like that. And then I can do some kind of embellishing there with, how about this? That works. It's part of what I fussy cut. from a different paper in the same collection, but I think it'll work well enough. And then I'm going to put this flare kind of right in under there. Actually, I'm going to use, well, I'm going to leave it there because it's pretty well stuck. I'm going to hide the blue part of this, the purpley part of that, and put that there. And then we'll start building the little kind of clusters that come down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the flowers, and I'll blend in some of the smaller leaves. I'm going to curve them so that I really don't have to put them on foam. There. And then I'll use one over here that doesn't have leaves. Okay. And then I'm going to go for a little bit smaller one, and this one is cut on one end, so I'm actually going to work it in here by the flare, and do another one here, kind of like so. And here's another cut one. I'm going to work it in kind of right there. Another cut one that has 2 flowers. I'll put that like that. I can see the V sort of forming there, which is good. Here's another cut one, so I'm going to use it up by the green flare. Maybe right in there. And I'm going to go here. And then I'll work those leaves in. Here is another cut one. So let's see. Why don't we use it like right there? And then I have a tiny one here. And I'll put it kind of right there. Now, I'm going to start pulling these little leaves, and they bend nicely. I'm going to kind of work them in to this cascade, trying to get in all the colors that I've cut. So I need a green one, I guess. And I'll use big ones. And then go back in with smaller ones. And let's see, where's one of, they're different shapes of them, so it's kind of nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. it's going to kind of stick out of it extends that triangle, which I'm not crazy about. But I can do it over on the other side as well. Okay, and I have some really small ones that I can work in. As well. Let's see, here's a green. I'm going to put it right there. I've got a bubble in my glue. had to pop the bubble. Okay, and then a little tiny red one can go right there. And then right here, I need one, I'm thinking green. Let's go for this tiny little green. And then I think we're done with this page until I get ready to do the title. So I'm going to put this one aside. I kind of maybe might want a leaf down here. Let's do, the blue color isn't down here. So I'm going to do a blue leaf right here, just to kind of balance that out. And I want a little bit of twine in this tag. Actually, let me do it a different way. I'm trying to find that's a little too perfectly S-like. So I'm going to kind of come back here and let it go right there and there. Okay, so that one's done, so I'm going to put it over to the side. If I can pick it up. And then move this one over and get it done. So put that one there and do that. Okay, now put that off to the side. Actually, here I'm going to take these leaves and put them in there. I'm going to put that off to the side. Take all my tags off. My flare, my ladybug, and my baby squirrel, because I have Katybug and Ava in the photos. Okay, and I have my fussy cut flowers Okay, I've got just strips in case I decide I want to, yes, there is some black and white. I'm glad I had that. Okay, let me get this guy down. And it looks like it's kind of close to middle, just a little bit right of the center. And I'll put it in that same place. Let's see. It sticks really well, like I said. Okay. Let me move this over. Get this handy. Get this back up where you can see it. And we'll go from there. Okay, so get those tags off. Okay, this would be dead center. This, I think, is where it belongs. It's hanging over a little bit, so I will cut that, but that's not gonna make a big difference. Okay, now I'm gonna do this one right there. And again, I'm not going to raise it on foam, and I didn't do any distressing or tearing on this page because the original didn't. I think I may tear the black and white piece. In the original, let's see, let me put this back over here. In the original, there's a piece right here, which is what that black and white piece is, and it's framed. I thought maybe tearing it might give it some distinction, similar to framing it, so I did not frame it. I'll do this, and then this, I'm going to, I'll tear it down this side, and that'll be the side that's over to the left of the photo. And so the photo is going to go right here. Let me get some foam behind it. And I hate trying to peel this off the foam. It behaves differently on foam. So I put it on the black cardstock instead. Now see, I said that it behaves differently, and it actually behaved better. So I'm going to put this here. That looks okay. I'm just going to kind of slide that a little further in. And I'm going to curl the edges a bit because some of the fussy cuts are going to go behind it. It's going to be the part that the main big floral is going to stick up, going to come out from behind. I think that's pretty good spacing there. I have this bit because I want this color in here. I'm going to add it right there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the top and the bottom because I want it to be able to slide, and if I put that other adhesive, it won't. I'm going to have it sticking out just a little bit from the the scripty piece. Okay, now I also have this bit right here, and in theirs they've got like some black washi tape. I'm going to use this as if it's washi tape. I'm going to tear a couple strips, and I've got this too to kind of bring that in, but I'm going to tear these guys and kind of put them sort of wonky on there, like as if they're washi tape strips. Same thing right there. And now I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna have it, you know, I was gonna have it coming out from under the black and white, but I think I like it over the black and white, slightly under the photo. I like that, and that should be easy to do. I want the flowers, these flowers, to show, and I kind of like the overlapping look there. And then I've got these, I've got a piece that could go there, and I'm going to raise it on foam. And I've got this that I can combine with this to get a little bit of extra dimension and interest there. Here, and then I'll double up the foam on here. Do that like that. All right, now I'm gonna put the black and white flare here, or do I want another color there? I'll put it down here. It's not, it's one of those that you kind of want to orient it straight, and I hadn't done that. Okay, and then I've got the green, the most kind of green and yellowish one that I thought could go up here. And then I have an orange one, but I don't really like that one is so orange. So I'm gonna take this yellow one. Maybe I won't take that yellow one. Let me look in here and see if I can find anything that's the right. Here's a green and white stripe, but that means I don't have that. Let me check again in my warm colors. and see if I can find one that's better. What I'm looking for is, because this is Katie's photo, I want, if I put it under here, that's where I want the ladybug to be. So I'm going to go with that. I'll go with that. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but it's close enough. And I've, if you're wondering what happened to the other one, it slid under a circulating carousel kind of a shelf. I'm going to put that there and glue that on there, and then I can do some and this one I think I'm going to use here, and I can put the baby squirrel on it. So I just replaced one flare with two. And I haven't put any sequins on the first one. I probably will cut the video short and do the sequins afterwards, just for the hell of it. Okay, here's the baby squirrel. I'm going to put it right there. So that's Ava's baby squirrel, and there's Katie's ladybug. Now, there are some tickets sticking out the edge there. I'm going to go with these. There. I possibly should have done this before I did the flare. So I'm going to take the flare off, and that means the ladybug as well. I'm going to kind of slide this under there and have it sticking out at a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to take this and kind of put it right there at a sort of an angle. And this is going to go directly on the paper, on the background paper. And I will do twine off camera. I know this is kind of getting a little bit long. Let me see if this covers enough there. It seems to, but I kind of need something right there. And I'm thinking what I need might be a fussy cut flower. And so I'm gonna do one, and then I'll start putting the small leaves on. And I love these pages already. I'm actually really happy that I decided to make them companion pages. And okay, fill in this little gap. That is kind of sticking up maybe a little too much. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to now take these leaves and kind of work them in among these florals and this floral. And I'm liking how that looks. I'm glad I've got the blue in there. Put that there. So you're getting the idea where I'm headed with this. And since I know how long this video is likely to be, I will finish putting on the rest of these leaves and the sequins after I stop the camera rolling. Thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate it. And I hope this gives you an idea for how to maybe kill a kit by using your similar supplies to do companion pages. I will do something to kind of fix this up. I probably, in all likelihood, will fussy cut another like piece of a floral from here to maybe go over here and bridge those two, like this red floral, something like that. Anyway, I'll do it off camera. Thank you for watching. Bye.